What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we got a brand new video. So if you've been following me for any period of time prior to this game, one of the biggest things that I personally love to do, or that's like kind of my forte, is to do guide videos. I love doing guide videos. I love trying to help out people in kind of what direction it would be beneficial to them. And one of the videos that I've been doing for the longest time is a should you summon video, right? Like, is the banner worth it? Yes or no? So in today's video, I'll be going over Veldora's banner, and I'll be talking about, I'll give you the short answer right now, which is no, he's not worth it. And if that's all you need, you know, feel free to hop off the video. But the long of it is I'll be explaining why, like what is my mentality for determining if someone is worth it or not, to kind of give you a better scope of, you know, maybe making making the decisions for yourself. And I've been playing gacha games for years now. It's been 5 years, so I have a general idea of, you know, what makes something worth versus what makes something not worth, regardless of what game it's in. And I hope to bestow some of my knowledge upon those who are searching for it. And again, this is all my opinion, so you don't need to agree. You can just listen and be angry at me, you know, shake your fist at me, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, I'm just here to try to help people. I'll be giving a little bit of my insight on why or what details kind of determine whether I want to summon or I shouldn't want to summon on it. And the main reason why these videos are important is because as a free-to-play player, you have a limited amount of premium currency, and there are going to be characters that you want to summon for. And there's going to be a lot of characters that you want to summon for, but you're going to have to pick and choose what you can. That's just the way of the gacha game. You're not going to have the ability to summon on everything. You're going to have to efficiently use your currency to narrow down on how to best progress your account. So to start off, we're gonna go over kind of what it is that you should be searching for when you're summoning, right? Like, why should you be summoning? The one main reason that kind of triumphs over everything is you should be summoning because you want the character. And that's kind of the biggest thing, where you're playing the game to have fun. So if you want to summon for Veldora, go summon for Veldora. No one's stopping you. But if you want to play the game in a way where you don't want to spend any money and you want to maintain kind of like a competitiveness, to be fair, this game is PvE, but you never know, right? Like, maybe you're like, I can't do Master Conquest, and meanwhile you have like 42 random units and no currency because you spend them all on the first 2 banners of the game, and now you can no longer summon on anything that comes out. But we don't want that to happen. So again, summon first on what you want, and then after that, you know, you can kind of look at it from a more analytical perspective. So what are you searching for when you're trying to progress this game? The main thing is you're trying to build out a team, right? And your team revolves around a protector unit. And that's kind of the key that you want to take away from here, is that you want to build your team around the protector unit that you have, and it might not be dark, right? Like, your protector unit might not be dark. And if that's the case, you should just be saving your currency, right? If you started the game and you re-rolled and you managed to get Charybdis and Space Rimuru, you should not be summoning on Diablo, and Shion, you should not be summoning on Veldora. It's as simple as that, right? That is a waste of your currency because you are getting units that aren't benefiting your team. I don't know what Charybdis' second attribute is. I think it's wind. I could be wrong. But either way, you should be summoning for your primary element and maybe your secondary element. Now, there is certain units that it does not matter what element they are, they just fit on teams. Space Rimuru being a good example. He has one of the best, you know, like buff cards, so he kind of just fits just fine, and it works great. And you can put him on any team. And the other thing is, you don't necessarily need 5 of your main element to be, you know, to do well. You only can have 3 units out up front when you're attacking, so you don't really need 5 units of the same color because you're not getting the value out of them. So the way I'm kind of structuring my teams is that I want 3 units of my main element. In this case, it's going to be Benimaru, Diablo, and Veldora, and then 2 off colors that have some sort of utility for me. And for the most part, it'll be Gazelle because he's just insanely strong at the moment on my side, because I have, you know, the extra Shuna here to grant more stats. And then most likely Soe, who is an orb changer. So that's kind of what I'm rocking right now. A Gazelle, not Gazelle, Veldora, I have to kind of buff up a little bit more. I haven't ability awakened him all the way, so he's not gonna hop on the team anytime soon. But Veldora himself is completely fine to skip, because if you watch the video that I put out 2 days ago on the Veldora being confirmed, I go over the leaks, and Veldora's leaks were completely in line with what the character is today, meaning that it grants more merit to what the other leaks are, or the data mines. One of them being a Dark Milim that is an orb changer. And that is significantly more utility than this Veldora, who doesn't have anything spectacular to him. He's just a cool looking character. So going back, let me go down here and kind of go over what his character traits are, or skill details. He has an AoE ultimate, which is at the moment actually not that good. Single target is better, because all the conquests are single target. This could change in the future, right? There might be AoE content that is super hard and necessary for us to beat, but currently we care about single target. Then his battle skills, his first skill is really good, increasing activating Soul of Combos damage by 50%, decreases all targets pierce resistance by 10%. And this is really nice. It just does more damage when you do at least a 3-hit combo up to a 6-hit combo. But it is an expensive skill, right? It's like a 60 or 65 cost base skill, and you're probably going to want to use it with an orb changer on top of that to get the most value. And at that point, you're going to be struggling to kind of use your skill points efficiently, because it's going to take this plus one of the skill is going to bankrupt your points, and you're not going to be able to do anything else. And that's something that people don't really take into consideration, where they're like, oh, the skill is really good, but what's the cost of the skill? Faust, on the other hand, is just kind of a dead skill, not really much use for it. So it's pretty unfortunate there, because it decreases a single target's critical damage by 10%. At the end of the day, you can just reset if you get crit and try to not get crit. And like, yes, that's like a, you know, it's like a weird workaround, and it's like not really playing the game the way it's meant to be, but who cares, right? Like, you can just do it, so do it. So this move is just, you're not going to use it. You're literally just not going to use it. Now, the other problem is we're getting banners too frequently in succession, and we already got the Xion and Diablo banner. And if you want to build out a dark team, and maybe you're re-rolling right now, you would re-roll on Xion and Diablo, because you want both Xion and Diablo in like a single multi for the most part, or in a few tickets, whatever it is. And that would get you a really good starting point, because Xion converts blue to green, and I believe Milim converts, Xion the Protector, I mean, converts blue to green, and then Milim is leaked to convert orange to green. And I'm almost positive that's correct. I gotta double check, but I don't have the thing up. Actually, let me pull it up and double check. Ah, okay, I double checked it. It's they all change it to blue. So Milim's is orange to blue, and then Xion's is to green to blue, I'm pretty sure. So Milim works really well with Xion, and that's more of a unit that has utility while also being dark, has 2 usable moves. So it's just a better unit to summon for if you're going for the all dark team. Now, if you're not going for the dark team, you should just be saving your currency. There's really no reason for you to be spending your currency on Veldora, Diablo, Xion if the dark team is not what you're going for. Sorry, BlueStacks is kind of buggy with that. But yeah, like, let's say you have Charybdis and Space Rimuru. There's no reason for you to be summoning on these banners. You should be amassing currency. At the moment, I've done, let's see, 4 multis on this banner and 7 multis on the Diablo banner. So I'd have 11, another 3, 3,300, another 3,300 currency. So what does that put me at? 5,000? I would be at 5,000 gems if I haven't summoned a single time. Just going purely off of my like reroll or my start, I would have roughly 5,000 gems if I didn't summon on these banners. And that's kind of to give you a perspective that if you're at 6,000 gems, you can guarantee pull a single unit. And that's kind of what you want to aim for, is that 6,000 gem mark is going to be really nice for when some broken unit comes out for either Earth or Light or whoever, and you have, you know, let's say you have a Light Protector, you have Ramaris, and you have Gazelle, and you're like, I need more Light units, and the most broken broken Light unit comes out, and you have the 6,000, it's gonna feel great. Where it doesn't matter if you don't get the unit in 20 multis, you can just go pick them up afterwards with the pity. That's something you have to consider. So that's kind of the basis for how to look at whether the characters are good or not, or whether they fit your team. Again, reiterating why Veldora isn't worth summoning is that he's a single character on his banner. There's no one else you're summoning for besides him. At the same time, you can't pull Diablo or Xion on this banner. So it's like, it feels weird. Where here, you're at least getting 2 core dark units. And Diablo is a really good dark unit, right? He has the AoE resistance down, on top of having a damage buff and an orb changer with a strong single target attack. He is essentially like an ideal dark user. And then Xion is just a great dark leader. I think Orc Disaster is better, but I think once Milim comes out, Xion and Milim are going to have better synergy. So even though Orc Disaster, in my opinion, as an individual unit is better, I think that combination is going to put these people at the top. Now, unfortunately, there isn't any other teams for you to make, right? There's just not enough units out, and they're pushing the dark team. So it's a little bit weird to kind of skip everything, but that's kind of how the game's gonna go. There's seven elements. Eventually, dark is not gonna get any love, and they're gonna go through all the other units, and you're just gonna sit there and collect currency. So if you're starting for the dark team now, you know, you might not have another team to go for a while. And I'm slowly building up my light team because I have the light protector and 2 light units, which is like, I'm really lucky to have that, but not everyone does. So the goal should just be fleshing out one team, trying to get 3 of that team's main colors as 5 stars. 2 is fine. In this case, we have Benimaru, so you only need to summon 4 Diablo. If you get Dark Xion, the battle unit, or a Beretta, like, you're completely fine. If you manage to pull like Orc Disaster Beretta, you don't even need to summon at all. Like, at that point, then you can go for Veldora if you really want him. But that's kind of the idea on what to summon for, what not to summon for, what makes it better, or just like my general thought process. So hopefully that helps. Kind of sucks. Veldora is a really cool character. I wish he was a little bit better. I have him and I'm going to use him, but it doesn't feel like pulling for him doesn't feel like it's like, yes, I got a really powerful character. It's just more like, oh, I got a cool character. But best of luck on summoning, and I'll probably make these more frequently when more banners come out, but this should at least give a general idea of when to summon versus when not to summon. And for all I know, if you really don't care, I'll just keep making these videos out and you can listen to what I say. But yeah, have a good one. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.